Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball. Brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, Mountains and Mines. And by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
The first half of Big Sky play wraps up today, and it is a matchup of two of the four teams that made the Big Sky tournament semifinal a season ago. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, courtside at Worthington Arena in Bozeman, Montana. It's the Montana State University Bobcats coming in at 8-12. They are 3-5 in Big Sky play. Sacramento State comes in at 6-14. They are 2-5 in conference. But Brian, you know, we take a look at these records right now in the Big Sky. Yes, the Bobcats are 2 games under 500. However, they actually have one of the better point differentials in the league right now.
Yeah, there's some good things going on for the Cats. They've just got to be able to find a way to string together a series of wins. Right now, they just haven't been able to do that in the league. They've got a couple in a row, and then they lose one and win one and lose one. And they need a weekend like this. They need to go beat a Sac State team that's a little banged up, and then they need to beat a very good Portland State team on Saturday and set themselves up to get a rhythm going here in February.
Yeah, I mean, let's be straight up. This is the Sacramento State team that, by the numbers and really by the eye test, would be the bottom of the Big Sky, and that includes what we've seen. However, they came in here on an 11-game losing streak last year and won in Bozeman. They went to the semifinals last year despite finishing the year in 10th place, and they have beaten Portland State, and they've beaten Weber State, and they lost to Northern Colorado by just 4 points. So, yeah, they are technically the bottom of the league, but, boy, they can grab anybody at any time.
Yeah, and that's because defense travels. And this is one of the 2 best defensive teams in the conference. Portland State's the other. The 2 teams that will play this weekend are the cream of the crop right now in the conference on that end of the floor, and defense travels. You can go anywhere with defense. If their offense is just average, but they play a stellar defensive night, they can get a W.
All right, well, we'll see if Montana State can find some quality offense against one of the more quality defenses in the league. And, Brian, let's dive right into the Sacramento State team and break down why they're going to be in hot water today, brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer. Since 1979, your authorized hot spring spot dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. What do we got on this Sac State team?
Well, we said it. Their defense is stellar. They're giving up 67 points a game and only 42% from the field. They play a ton of different defenses, man, zones, very traditional type defenses going back 10, 15 years. And offensively, they're pretty average. They're streaky. They get on streaks. They hit a lot of threes, and they're really good. When they don't hit a lot of threes, they struggle offensively. They're averaging 67 on that end as well. But as a team, they're a unique roster composition. They have 5 Americans on their roster, and only 3 of them are on scholarship. 2 of them are walk-ons. They've got kids from 6 different countries, including 5 Australians. They're led by Jacob Holt. He had 35 against Idaho at the beginning of league. They played Idaho. He had 35 points, but he's top 5 in the league in scoring, rebounding, blocks, field goal percentage, free throw attempts, free throws made, everything you can imagine, kind of a do-all, kind of 4-5 big guy.
Yeah, he's going to be a tough matchup, but that's kind of what they've been the last year or two, kind of led by some of their front court. Sam Lecolot was a big guy and a big key to the victory in the semifinal win, 74-71 last year on their way to the Big Sky Championship. But Lecolot in that game had 13 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 threes. He was a monster, and that front court play today is going to be really, really key.
It really is going to be big. The front court's going to be good. Brandon Walker's got to be consistent throughout. Big Sam, as you just said, he's got to play big. BJ Cawley off the bench is going to have to give quality minutes tonight for the Bobcats to get through this team.
All right, well, let's take a break. When we get back, we'll get to our official Kendall Ford keys to the game. We'll talk a little weather as well, presented by Wheat Montana, and we'll get you caught up on what the slate looks like around the rest of the Big Sky as we close out the first half of conference play. Back with more after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
No motivation to make it.
We're back
awesome
on the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Sacramento State today. It's the Bobcats and the Hornets as we get ready for our tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. Brian, let's dive right into our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. What are some of the keys you're looking for in this one?
Yeah, number one for sure is a fast start. The Sacramento State Hornets have not started well at all this season. They are minus 11 in Big Sky play in the first half. So they have consistently been down double figures at halftime. They start slow. This last weekend they beat Idaho State. It was the first game in a month and a half where they had a lead at the 15-minute mark of the first half. They were up 12-4. So this is a team that you have to jump early and get them to play from behind because their offensive style doesn't work when they're playing from behind. On the other end of the floor, you got to grind it out. This is a really good defensive team, and they are going to stay in front of you, and it is going to be ugly and grindy, and you just got to stick with it and battle and battle and battle. First team to 70 today for sure is going to win. That's going to be a huge thing. Normally, most Division I basketball games average 165 possessions a game. That's a standard number, been that way for years and years and years. Sac State games this year, 142 possessions a game. That is 5 or 6 possessions fewer per team per half. And so you just don't have as many opportunities. You got to grind, you got to make it work, you got to be efficient.
It also means you have to value the possessions that you do have. You can't just give the basketball away.
Yeah, and you can't come down and just take bad shots. Like, you know, there's times where this team has been a pretty quick trigger team, especially some of the newer guys. It just doesn't work against Sac State. I mean, if you make those shots, you'll create separation. But you miss them, you keep them in the game, and that's not what you want to do.
All right, those are some of the keys to the game today. And, Brian, I did at the top mention about the point differential and what we've seen. You know, for Montana State to be a positive point differential, albeit a small one in Big Sky play, but still be at 3 and 5, like that is one of those things where, you know, that's a second-level stat, but can get really predictive when you're looking at how the second half is going to play out.
Yeah, and it makes you think that things are going to change, and they should. I think we've been saying that for 2 weeks. We're just like waiting for it to come, but it hasn't quite come yet. You lose a bunch of close games and win a couple by double figures, and that creates that margin.
Yeah, only one win by double figures so far, also a 9-point win as well. So that's 2 of the 3 wins. And then the 5 losses, decided by a total of 21 points, so about 4 points per game. I mean, it's really crazy, and it really just comes down to something Logie has said earlier this year. Coach Logie said, like there's a million ways to lose, but you got to find that one way to win.
Yeah, and when you have guys that haven't yet stepped up in leadership roles potentially, like those are the moments that it matters. Like 3 minutes to go, 2-point game, let's go make a play. You know, Rob Ford last year, he made every single play in the last 3 minutes, right? Darius Brown the year before, Xavier Bishop the year before that. I mean, you just go through sequence and you see where leadership has led to 3 straight conference titles. For this team to take that step, they're going to need someone to fill that role.
No doubt. And, you know, what do all those guys also have in common is that they're guards. That's guard play, and that's something that you absolutely have to have as you continue to go down the stretch.
No doubt. And I feel like Bryce Zephyr is stepping into that, and he's playing better and better, and he's getting his team where they need to be. But it's still just he's got to do that a little bit more, and it's not just on him, but he is one guy that can have a big impact.
He did have his best scoring game since he moved into the starting lineup on Saturday when he put up 10 points against the University of Montana, and what ended up being a tight loss, but albeit the most lopsided loss of the year in conference play for Montana State, which was just 7 points. As we continue to hammer that home, you're right, we do sound a little bit like a broken record, but it is the blatant, wacky over-the-head storyline of the team.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And, I mean, this team's just not been able to finish close games for the most part. I mean, they finished a couple. You know, the NAU game was a great example of that. But at the end of the day, you've got to find ways to do that, and that's where they're at. I mean, that's the reality of where they're at and why they're there.
And you still have so much in front of you right now. You look at the top of the standings. Northern Colorado is 7-1. They are tied for their best Big Sky start in program history, dating back to the 2010-2011 season. Montana is 6-2. They are hosting Portland State, which is 5-2. Nobody else in the league is above 500. So much opportunity for Montana State in the second half as we continue to move forward. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side of the timeout, we'll take a look around the rest of the Big Sky schedule as we get ready to go for the Bobcats and the Hornets. First meeting of the 2 matchups between these 2 squads. All right, back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
Open your new Stockman Bank account anytime, anywhere with online account opening. Now, you can open an account in minutes on your laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. It's convenient, simple, and secure. Open your new account today at stockmanbank.com. Then, add our online and mobile banking services so you can manage your money when, where, and how you want. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Member FDIC.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Back of the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Sacramento State today. It's a big one for the Cats. They've got 2 home games here today and on Saturday at 6 o'clock against Portland State. Sitting at 3-5, but for the Bobcats, boy, they are just so darn close to take it off, and we'll see if maybe today is the day they can keep this thing moving in the right direction. All right, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard presented by First Interstate Bank. Here's what it looks like for the rest of the day. Everything is tipping off at the same time at 7 o'clock. Idaho is at Weber State today. Idaho sitting at 4-4. They got the big win against Northern Colorado last week. Weber State really struggling. They're 12-5. The biggest game in the league today is over in Missoula. Portland State is 5-2 at Montana, 6-2. That's going to be a really fascinating matchup to watch today, Brian.
Without question. I'm really interested to see if Portland State's defense travels well. They've had a lot of home games, frankly. So has Sac State, for that matter. And the fact that they're going to go to Missoula, a place where, frankly, Portland State and Sac State historically just don't do well in the Treasure State. What is this team's moxie? Can they go up there, and will that defense carry them?
Yeah, both Portland State and Sac State as the travel partners. This is only their 3rd road game in Big Sky play. And I do wonder, too, how much the added elevation impacts that with these 2 teams coming from sea level.
Oh, it's undoubtedly it adds a lot, especially on that second game of the road swing. But it'll just be really interesting to see. Portland State, the elevation may have less of effect because they play 11 guys consistently. Sac State doesn't have quite that depth.
Yeah. And then Eastern Washington is at Idaho State tonight. Idaho State now sitting at 3-4. They got swept on that Pacific road trip at Sac State and then at Portland State. They actually lost a pretty lopsided game at Portland State. The Vikings are rolling. Both their wins last week were by almost 20 points apiece. So they are locked and loaded. If they are ever going to be competing at the top level, this seems like it's the year.
Oh, there's no doubt. In fact, almost all of their conference wins are by double figures. When they get on a roll, they are really hard to deal with.
Yeah, they're the only team that has consistently been hanging up some big lopsided scores so far in the conference season. Over on the women's side, of course, we'll be keeping an eye on Coach Binford and them. They are 8-0 at Sac State, which is 3-4. That game tips off a half hour after hours. And then also on the women's side, Weber State is at Idaho, Montana at Portland State, and Eastern Washington already beat Idaho State in women's basketball earlier today. The off week, or the off Thursday, is NAU and UNC. So UNC is hosting NAU on Saturday. And then Idaho State and Weber State have the 3 games in 5 days. They play on Monday, splitting up their time against UNC and NAU on Monday. So that's what's coming up over there. Also, we want to get to our Wheat Montana weather report today. And we've had a lot of bluebird days, and today was a day you could melt some ice off the driveway.
Yeah, it felt good out there. It's probably mid-20s.
Yeah, I think it got over freezing. I think it got into the mid-30s at one point. So
beautiful.
Balmy weather out there, but we do have a boatload of snow coming this weekend. So, it's just that nice little teaser, and then you're right back into it. So don't worry, if you missed the snow, it won't be gone for long. We will be hunting through it this weekend. That is our Wheat Montana weather report. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side of this timeout, we'll sit down with head coach Matt Logie. One of the things he's talked about a lot is he has seen a lot of improvement in this team week over week, game over game. Yeah, it hasn't been perfect, but he's seen it. We're going to talk about what he has seen, and then, of course, we'll dive into the X's and O's between this Bobcats and Hornets team as we get set at Worthington Arena. All right, back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Back on the pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Sacramento State at the Brick today. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach, this game today wraps up the first half of the Big Sky season. I know you've talked about the improvement you've seen from your team week over week, game over game. What excites you about that improvement? What stands out? Where have you guys made the biggest strides over the last couple weeks?
Well, I think we've become a team that's more self-aware. I think roles are starting to get put into better positions for guys to really play confidently and hopefully we can get everybody playing their best at the same time for extended periods of time.
All right, well, let's get into this Sacramento State team, and they're a team led by Jacob Holt, their leading scorer, top 5 in the conference. What's Jacob Holt bringing to the floor today?
Yeah, Jacob's really the ringleader for Sac State. He's a high motor post player in terms of the way that he attacks offensively. He connects concepts really well for them. He screens well. He rolls hard. He posts up. He rebounds. So he can really do it all and really connects a lot of the dots for their offensive schemes. And so, he's definitely the head of the snake and somebody that, you've got to really pay a lot of attention to. And it'll be a great test for our front court tonight and our whole team because it's going to take a team effort.
Now, this is a team in Sac State that's been a little banged up lately, but one of the guys who has emerged is Julian Vaughn's. He's been great the last couple of games for them, number 24. What's Vaughn's doing right now?
Yeah, Vaughn's a guy that has always played very aggressive as a scorer, even when he started his career up in Canada. But he's a guy that's shooting the ball better this year, which gives him a little bit more explosiveness off the bounce as well.
Bailey Nunn running their point for them, the second-year sophomore out of Melbourne, Australia. A lot of Australians on this team. What's Bailey Nunn doing orchestrating this offense?
Yeah, Nunn does a really good job of organizing their team. He's always driving to create for others and has provided an extension of the coaching staff out there from the point guard position.
And then finally, they've got a couple of walk-ons who have had some big games their last couple of times out. Leo Ricketts, number 11. Number 5, Michael Wilson. They've put up some big numbers these last couple of games. What are those guys bringing out here?
Yeah, just guys that can shoot the basketball, and when you can shoot the basketball, you've got to be defended. And so, again, when you're somebody that, is stepping into a role from a walk-on position, to be able to do one thing at a high level, gives you the ability to function within the team offense. And, a lot of guys can make open shots, but obviously guys like Wilson and such are also, Ricketts and are defending, at a high level as well.
All right, well, it's going to be a good one tonight. A rematch of the Big Sky Tournament semifinals from a year ago, Sac State and Montana State. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off between the Bobcats and the Hornets. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
I was diagnosed in 2010 with bipolar 1 disorder. It took me a while, but I had to surrender to that fact.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, we recognize mental health as the foundation of well-being. This is why we partner with advocates like Jason DeShaw and others who spread mental health awareness across the state and beyond.
I've learned that I cannot do this alone, that I have to reach outside of myself for help.
Learn more about Jason's story at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam. That was a ham. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it up for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Anthem wrapped up, and we are just about ready for basketball today between Montana State and Sacramento State. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, getting ready to go for our tip-off, which is just moments away. All right, let's get to our starting lineups. We start first with Sacramento State, led by first-year interim head coach Michael Zapol. He was elevated from associate head coach after David Patrick left to join LSU's staff as an associate head coach down in Baton Rouge. So this lineup has Bailey Nunn in the backcourt, the Australian point guard, E.J. Neal from the transfer from Idaho, Lachlan Brewer, another Australian, he's a true freshman, Julian Vaughns, who's a seventh-year guy, most recently played up in Canada, and Jacob Holt, their leading scorer. On the other side for Montana State, coming in at 8-12, 3-5 in conference action, Bryce Zephyr and Tyler Patterson start in the backcourt. In the front court, it is Sam Lekalot, Max Ogbong-Polo, and Brandon Walker. So that is the starting five on either side as we get set for Montana State and Sacramento State today. All right, Brian, look, we have talked how close this team is, what this team is capable of doing. But today is the final day of the first half, and the moments that define your season are here, right now. If you want to do something special, if you want to be atop the Big Sky Conference, you still have that opportunity, 8 games deep, but boy, it's getting late early in the season.
Yeah, and there's that old adage, right? I think it's a Bill Parcells quote, you are what your record says you are.
Yes, sir.
And right now our record says we're 3-5 in the conference. Now, come Saturday evening, you got a chance to get yourself back to 500 and start building momentum. But until you do that, you are not above 500. This team, I think, has the potential to get there. The question is, can they get there?
Yep, they've got the ability to beat any team in the Big Sky. We say that routinely, that the Big Sky, anybody can beat any team in the league. But that is actually backed up by facts. Ken Palm ranks the Big Sky as the number 2 most competitive conference in the country based on the discrepancies of scores and that sort of thing. So the numbers back it up. I mean, the Big Sky has as much parity as any league in any conference in any part of the country.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Northern Colorado. They're the big dog right now, but Northern Colorado has a loss, and they've got 7 wins by probably a total of 25 points. I mean, Bobcats had them down 20, ended up not being able to finish that game, but they can play with anybody.
Bobcats in the home whites today with the navy blue Montana State outlined in gold written across the chest. Sacramento State in the green with the gold numbers and lettering. The ball is tossed in the air. Tip is won by the Sac State Hornets. And here we go. A rematch of the semifinals for the Big Sky tournament a year ago. And Sac State trying to win 2 straight in this building after earning a big-time win late in the year here last season. A 3 is no good, but a foul on Tyler Patterson. Julian Vaughns came up empty on the shot, but Tyler Patterson picks up his first foul, and that'll be 3 free throws for Julian Vaughns.
Yeah, and because you're going to have fewer possessions in this game, every possession matters. Both ends of the floor, and little plays like fouling a guy on a 3-point shot when it wasn't going to go in is not helpful.
First free throw is good for Julian Vaughns. Now, for Sac State, they have actually struggled following opposing teams. They have given up 62 free throw attempts in the last 2 games.
Yeah, they have a tendency, but part of that is the nature of their defense is physical and aggressive, and they are in your grill all the time. And when you're more aggressive, you're going to foul. You're also banking on the fact the referees can't call all the fouls.
Third free throw is good. So all 3 are good for Julian Vaughns, the Oakland, California native who played at the University of Alberta last year, or 2 years ago, rather. Montana State now with the basketball, their first offensive possession of the game. They trail 3-0, 19:30 to go first half. Zephyr slings over to Ogbong-Polo into the right corner. Here's Lekalot. That 3 is just a bit short from the right corner, and Sac State has the rebound. Hornets into the front court. Neal throws to Nunn out on the left wing. Gives to Vaughns on the left sideline. He turns the corner, gets inside. Euro step. Righty layup is good. Crafty finish by Julian Vaughns, who has 5 points in the first 50 seconds.
And for the Hornets to get off to a good start, it's a big deal. That has been their Achilles heel all season long in all conference play.
No doubt. Lekalot down to the right baseline. Hands it off for Ogbong-Polo. He springs open for 3 and drills it. Max Ogbong-Polo from downtown. That's good to see. Last 2 times out. Just 1 of 8 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and he's had a bit of a rut here the last 3 games. So to see him step up and knock down that first shot should give him a little momentum, confidence, and get him rolling.
Sac State with the basketball to our right. 5-3, Hornets leading, 18:35 to go first half. Nunn gets himself into the paint, goes up with the layup. No, fight for the rebound, won by Brandon Walker and the Bobcats. MSU from right to left. Zephyr probing to the elbow, throws down to the post. Here's Walker's first touch, spins inside, kicks it out, and a miscommunication. It's out of bounds, past that left corner, and a turnover by Montana State.
Yeah, it's not the possession the Cats were looking for, but got to back it up with some defense. As this, again, is going to be a grinded game. Just not a game where I don't think Sac State's capable of getting a big lead and holding you off, and the Cats have had some tough times doing that themselves.
Sac State with the basketball to our right. They lead 5-3. 18 minutes to go first half. Vaughn's out on the left wing. Bounce pass down to Holt on the left baseline, working against Ogbong Polo. Steps down to the left block into a double team. Kicks it out to the right wing. Neal lets it fly from deep. That's no good on the three-point shot by E.J. Neal, who has struggled mightily from deep as of late. And the Bobcats take it into the front court, facing a 2-point deficit. Zephyr spins into the paint. Kick out. Pass tipped and stolen by Sacramento State. Another turnover in the early going by Montana State. Into the lane. Floater is up. Rimming and good. Brewer got it to fall as he sliced into the paint. 17:30 to go first half. Bobcats trailing 7-3 against the Hornets. Patterson gives to Zephyr out high. Working out on the left wing. Zephyr, bounce pass inside. Walker makes the catch, draws the double, goes up anyway, left it short, but draws the foul. And Brandon Walker will go to the line. E.J. Neal picks up the first free throw. So Tyler Patterson is in the starting lineup today. Brian Garacki still unavailable with that ankle injury. He is progressing, but again, unavailable today, not dressed.
Yeah, and I liked that possession right there by Bryce Zephyr. Had a turnover 2 possessions ago right there. Gets into the lane, finds his big guy rolling, able to deliver a little seam pass to get him a touch and get the Bobcat offense going.
First free throw is no good from Brandon Walker. Walker had one of his lower scoring games lately, last time out against Montana, 11 points. Next free throw is good. With that free throw, he now has 986 in his career, so well within striking distance of his 1,000th career point tonight.
Yeah. Cats win, he's going to probably get to that, right?
Vaughns lobs down to Holt, right baseline, facing up against Walker. Long two-handed pass to the left corner. Nunn, bounce pass underneath, and Brewer lays it in. That was a nice find by Bailey Nunn, the second-year sophomore. 9-5, Hornets leading the Bobcats, 16:45 to go first half.
And a team that struggles to score offensively gets back-to-back at the rim, easy layups. Not valuing defensive possessions right now are the Cats.
Walker gets it off to Zephyr in the right corner. Throws down to the baseline, right side. Walker, floater is up and good. Brandon Walker with the second field goal of the day for Montana State's offense. He has 3 points.
Yeah, right now, if I'm the Bobcats offensively, I get away from ball screen action. Sacramento State, the way they're playing, is almost double teaming that and taking out your rhythm offensively. If you can get away from it, get a little bit more movement, a little bit more something going.
Holt into the paint with a spin move, beats Brandon Walker with a little baby hook shot. And Jacob Holt, the leading scorer for Sacramento State, has his first 2 points. Hornets leading the Cats 11-6, 16 minutes to go first half.
Yeah, 3 layups and 3 possessions for Sac State. Their offense is cooking. They're shooting 67%.
Ogbong Polo gives to Walker, elbow jumper up, no, missed it left. Sac State the rebound. Hornets into the front court. We do have a stoppage coming. Pat McMahon and B.J. Cawley sitting at the scorer's table right now. Nunn gives it down to the right block. Holt spins, falling away. The hook shot no good. And the rebound won by Montana State while they trail by 5. 15.5 to play in the first half. Zephyr throws to Walker as the Cats get organized. Walker spins into the lane, going to the rack. Lefty layup is good. Brandon Walker with a nice nifty finish. He's got 5 points. Cats trail by 3.
Yeah, and Walker, after that early turnover, has got a little rhythm going offensively. He's got himself going, and now can they get it going on the defensive end? Because right now, Sac State's scoring at will.
They are 4 of 7 from the field. Nunn down to the mid-post. Off balance, lost it. Brandon Walker takes it away. He's leading the break. Bounce pass ahead, a little behind Patterson, and it's stolen away by Sac State and then stolen back by Montana State. And now a left wing 3 is no good from Ogbong Polo. Fight for the rebound. Ooh. Hang on here. Okay, let me break it down. So it was Lecolot and Vaughns going after the loose ball. Lecolot kind of draped all over him, and then Vaughns making the catch, falling across the baseline, threw it down hard against Lecolot. It's a typical play when you're trying to throw it off a defender. Looked bad. Lecolot kind of looked befuddled. We got to go to a break here, but then Vaughns did try to apologize after. So it looked way worse than it was. We'll break it down a little bit more after this timeout. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 14:45 to go first half. Hornets leading the Bobcats 11-8. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Montana State is trailing 11-8 against Sac State with 14 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first half. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience that's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. All right, so Vaughns had that kind of throw off Lecolot before we were going to break. They didn't add anything. Vaughns did kind of try to apologize after, but did get a little testy there for a second.
Yeah, a little something, kind of a nothing burger. But right now this game is being decided in the paint. Sac State up 8-2. Brandon Walker's little layup just a moment ago is the only time the Cats have been able to get in the paint.
And now Pat McMahon tips it free off of Vaughns. The Bobcats force a turnover. So virtually a line change here. Ogbong Polo, the lone starter that's still in there, along with Jed Miller, B.J. Cawley, Jabe Mullins, and now Pat McMahon getting his first touch of the day. Here's Mullins. He's wide open. Right wing three. Got it. Is that the shot that gets Jabe Mullins going? Has hit just 3 threes in his last 3 games.
Yeah, he just feels like he's been in a drought, an arid desert for weeks. Be so helpful for this Cat team to see him get going.
Yeah, excuse me, I misspoke. It was 3 field goal makes the last 3 games. That's only his 3rd field goal make or 3-point make in the last 8 games. B.J. Cawley with a block underneath. The Bobcats out on the break. Mullins left wing 3. No. Fight for the rebound won by Sacramento State. Hornets from left to right. This game is tied after that Mullins 3 from 2 possessions ago. Held up at the top. Michael Wilson has the dribble. He's on the drive. His pass is picked off. Jay Mullins with the steal in transition to the cup. Goes up and draws the foul. Vaughns hit him twice to draw that foul. First foul on Julian Vaughns, and Jay Mullins, one of the top free throw shooters in the country, will head to the line.
Boy, and doesn't Jay just have a different look about him tonight? He's more aggressive. He's looking to score. Really nice to see. A guy who struggled playing a little bit of point throughout the first half of the season now has moved to more all-time 2, but has been struggling a little bit to find his footing. Seems to be looking for it here tonight.
First free throw is good. The Bobcats have their first lead of the day. They're up 12-11 with another free throw coming. 13 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, and the Cat defense right now has forced 3 straight turnovers. It's led to a 7-0 run after Mullins makes the second.
That is now 27 consecutive made free throws for Jabe Mullins dating back to November 24th. Cats with a 2-point advantage. Hornets with the ball. It's up to Vaughns at the top, turning down to the left elbow, stops, pops, jumper, no, rebound tipped, won by Sac State, kicked out to Leo Ricketts up top. Ricketts, one of the walk-ons, just getting some of the first action in his career the last 2.5 weeks. He's put up some numbers. Hand off to Brewer, back to Ricketts, right corner, works down the baseline underneath, and blocked. Pat McMahon with the swat out of bounds. I think it's going to stay here. It will, but just 1.5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, just got to prevent anything from going to the rim right here. No lobs, anything that way. Agbankpolo will guard Ricketts, a smaller player, and see if he can keep it away from the middle of the court.
Inbounds pass to Diorama, hand off to Ricketts, and he got blocked, and that's a shot clock violation. Boy, Agbankpolo and B.J. Cawley, who have about 1.5 foot over Ricketts, just acted like an umbrella.
Yeah, and Ricketts played well last weekend against Idaho State, Weber State, but that was at home. That was in the confines of the Hornets' nest. Now you go on the road, it's a little different environment for the freshman.
He also was not on the scouting report last week. He is starting to make his name, or put his name onto a scouting report now as Sacramento State. Nearly forced a turnover. It was loose. Brewer dove for it, but as he was reaching out, slid onto the baseline. So the Bobcats will maintain the possession. 12:44 to go first half. Cats leading by 2.
Yeah, Cats will get a full 20 seconds here on the clock to be able to work.
Miller lobs it in, and Jabe Mullins makes the catch out near the half-court line. Mullins has it up at the top. Turns the corner down to the mid-post, throws back up to McMahon, around to the right wing, then now into the post. B.J. Cawley dropped it out of bounds. It'll stay with, or no, it's going the other way. So B.J. Cawley just dropped it, and it's a turnover by Montana State.
Yeah, he tried to make a one-handed catch, and that works for guys in the NFL, but not in college basketball.
And only a few of them in the NFL.
Yeah, that's 4 turnovers for the Cats, 5 for Sac State. Not a pretty offensive game, but we expected a defensive struggle.
Neal up at the top, the Idaho transfer, hands it off on the right wing to Michael Wilson, one of the 2 walk-ons that have been getting a lot of playing time lately. He throws to Ricketts, the other one. Ricketts drives and kicks. Wilson lets it fly. Left the 3-ball short. Pinball rebound, loose on the hardwood, and it comes away into the hands of Jabe Mullins, thanks in part to some of the hustle from B.J. Cawley. Here's Mullins driving from the right wing. Stops on the block. Kick out to the left wing. Agbankpolo, his 3. Front iron, no. Sac State the rebound. Neal into the front court with a head of steam against Miller. Hands it off to Brewer. His pass is tip free and stolen. Agbankpolo running the other way now. 1-on-2. Wisely slows down. Gives to McMahon trailing. Back to Agbankpolo. Around to the left corner. Mullins open left corner 3. Book it. Ooh, Jade Mullins letting some emotion out. Seems he's found an extra gear.
10-0 run for the Cats. So since that media timeout, they forced 6 turnovers in this stretch, and that's been a difference.
16-11, Montana State leading. 11:13 to go, first half. Diorama hands it off up at the top. Ricketts with only 4 to shoot. Turns to the free throw line, lost his footing, and a late shot got up, and the Bobcats have it. So Montana State nearly forcing another shot clock violation. Bobcats into the front court now. Here's Agbankpolo weaving in traffic and traveled. 10:46 to go in the first half. Montana State a modest lead, up by 5. Bobcats 15, Hornets 11. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to BozemanChamber.com.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. 10:46 to go, first half. Bobcats leading 16-11 over the Hornets.
Yeah, and this old 10-0 run really spurred by Jay Mullins. He's had all 8 of those 10 points, came off the bench looking for his shot, buried a couple threes, got to the free throw line. Good to see him really step into that. He's highly capable. He just is kind of, like I said, been in the desert for a minute.
Yeah, and look, those things happen. You don't always expect it to happen for a guy who has as much collegiate experience as he does, but you know, it's good to see, and he's one of the guys who one of the guys who came in who we pointed to, like, look, this is one of the reasons Montana State could be a very good team in the Big Sky as Sac State takes the ball into the front court. Thrown up to the top, E.J. Neal works it down to the mid-post left side, leans in, banks it good and one. E.J. Neal, tough finish in traffic. The foul is on Jay Mullins, and E.J. Neal will try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, and E.J. Neal's been pretty important anytime that Sac State has been in a position to win a game. It's because he's had a good game. They beat Portland State in the league opener at home, and he just carried them in the second half. He's a guy that can be explosive offensively for this team.
Neal completes the three-point play. The transfer from Idaho, he scored 6 points, had 2 rebounds a game for the Vandals last season. 10:30 to go, first half. Bobcats leading 16-14 with the ball. Brandon Walker takes it into the post. Kick out to McMahon in the right corner after some indecision. Now McMahon's pass is stolen away off the baseline. Sac State running the other way. Neal, handoff underneath, and they have to reset. Out to none. Back into the left corner. Here's a three. Wilson missed it, and the Bobcats have the rebound. Good job by Jed Miller affecting that and forcing them to pass the ball around.
Yeah, tremendously horrible offense by Sac State to give up a layup and end up with a missed three.
Patterson reins in a right corner three ball. For Tyler Patterson, that's the 250th three-point make of his career.
Yeah, and Tyler looks a lot more comfortable than he did Saturday night in Missoula. He looked like he was constantly in pain. Tonight, he looks a lot more settled with that shoulder.
Yeah, it was the left shoulder injury at Weber State now about 2 weeks ago. Bobcats leading by 5. Nunn throws it out to the right corner for Wilson, and he has his pocket picked. Patterson and McMahon team up on the defense. Here's Miller up to Walker at the top. Spins into the paint, stops, pivots back, goes up with the right hand, left it short, one-on-one against Holt. Sac State the rebound. Bailey Nunn throws to Holt. He lets it fly. The three is short. The rebound is corralled by Montana State. Jed Miller across the timeline. Bobcats with a 5-point lead. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Miller, step back right wing three. Off the inside of the iron, no good. Sac State the rebound.
Yeah, right now both teams look a little winded. Nobody going to the offensive glass. That three by Jed Miller went up and everybody just watched it.
Drop off for Holt into the paint. Whistle. Oh, they called the blocking foul, unless he was in the restricted area. So Brandon Walker picks up his first foul. Here's the replay up on the video board.
He was sliding a little to his left, but he was definitely not in the restricted area.
No. I think it was the sliding. He was not truly set.
Yeah, it was close, but I think he made the right call right there.
Yeah, you really have to truly have your feet set. looked good up top, but Sac State with the basketball down to the left baseline, thrown up to the top. Here's Holt working on McMahon, gets inside with a lefty layup. No, missed it, and the Bobcats have the rebound. Good defense by McMahon. Zephyr to Patterson, lets it go from deep, in and out. Rebound tipped around and won by Sacramento State. Hornets into the front court now. E.J. Neal looking for room, throws up to Vaughns, back to Neal, lob into the post, tipped, recovered by Holt, who's working on Pat McMahon here. Holt backing it down, double team comes, jump pass out to Nunn, 10 to shoot. Nunn, a pass first point guard, setting it up. Crosses over into the lane. Knock free, recovered, and a late foul with 1.5 seconds on the shot clock. Tyler Patterson got in there and certainly grabbed his arm. An easy call, but a late one. That stings for the Cats. 7:54 to go in the first half. We're taking a break for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Bobcats 19, Hornets 14. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
Bobcat Basketball presented by your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food. Order from anywhere and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. 7:54 to go in the first half. Montana State is leading 19-14 against Sac State with 7:54 again in the first half. Brian, what are you seeing?
Gold.
Oh, hang on one second. There we go. We got you now. Well, we got a loose cord. Oh, no. Montana State currently trying to get this thing going. They've got a 5-point advantage. Right now, Bailey Nunn is heading up to the charity stripe. There we go. How's that cord now?
Sounds okay.
Yeah, hang on. Let me give me your headset real quick. So Bailey Nunn is at the free throw line, and he is unable to knock it down at that first free throw. How about now?
I don't know. There we go. We're back.
It was a loose cord.
The thing I was trying to say is the fact that Cats are up 4-0 on made threes is really kind of the difference maker right now. Sac State has gotten themselves within 4, but Montana State's three-point shooting is the difference.
7:45 to go. We're in the first half. Bobcats leading by 4. Zephyr to the elbow, into the lane, lost it, and he's fouled. I think they're saying that was on the floor.
Yep.
Kind of a wild swing of his arms. Julian Vaughns picks up his second.
I like the effort by Zephyr to try and draw the call, though. He throws his arms up, saying, no, I was shooting that one.
He's a veteran guy. Zephyr looking to inbound. Hands it off to Brandon Walker. And back to Zephyr. Out to Ogbong Polo at the top. Given up to Walker. Thrown into the right corner for Ogbong Polo. Back down to Walker. 5 to shoot. Got blocked and fouled from behind. Both got a lot of ball initially and then came down and right on top of his head.
Yeah, well, he didn't like the call. His arms went up like he didn't touch him, but it's pretty obvious from our vantage point that he got a lot of body.
Know what's below. Tab, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. So Brandon Walker will head to the stripe. The first free throw is good as he's on a 1K watch today. Came in with 985 in his career. Sitting at 6 points, looking for his 7th. And that is good. Always nice to see it when Brandon Walker knocks down both free throws.
3 for 4 on the night. That's a good start.
Sac State with the basketball to our right. They're now trailing by 6. Both offenses ice cold right now. Holt to Vaughns. Pumps the 3 and traveled. That was Jade Mullins contesting that 3-point shot in the right corner, and that forces the turnover.
Yeah, good recovery by Jade. He bought a little bit of the fake going to the middle, but recovered to contest and forced Vaughns to try and fake a pass instead of travel.
We hit the 7-minute mark in the first half. Bobcats with the ball. Zephyr driving a kick. Ogbonkpolo from deep. Yes. Max Ogbonkpolo puts home a right wing 3.
Cats 5 for 11 behind the arc. That will carry you. That will play. If you can go ahead and shoot around 45% a night.
And a brief shoe delay. Bailey Nunn losing his shoe, but he's all right now. I think that one's just tied looser because he's got a new brace on his right ankle, so harder to get that shoe really firmly on there. 6:40 to go, first half. Bobcats leading 24-15. Hornets looking for their first field goal in almost 4 minutes. Holt. Handoff on the right wing, Neal. And he got bumped in his foul. Jay Mullins picks up his second. Official saying that's just too much.
Yeah, and that's a good call. I mean, honestly, James competing. He's battling in there, and it's too physical, and make him make the call.
Sac State to inbound. They're trailing by 9 now. The Bobcats slowly and methodically trying to open this lead up just a little bit. 6:20 to go first half. Bailey Nunn turns to the left wing. Gives back to Vaughn at the top. Vaughn's topside 3. That's good. Julian Vaughns rattles it home. He's been their hot shooter. Went 7 of 13 from downtown last weekend for the 2 games. Zephyr out on the right wing. Pestered by Holt. Picks up the dribble, gives to McMahon. He's open. Left corner 3. No. Long rebound grabbed on a hop by Sac State. It's a good look, though. Vaughns, a deep one this time. Rattles a 3 home from the left wing. Julian Vaughn starting to heat up.
Heat check, first guy in double figures with 11.
That's from back-to-back 3s. Mullins gives to Walker down to the right baseline. Backing it down on Holt. Spins, leans in, lays it home with a little touch. 9 points for Brandon Walker. 5:20 to go first half. Bobcats leading 26-21. Nunn against Zephyr. Turns to the elbow. Throws back out. Here's Vaughns. Back to Nunn. Bailey Nunn steps to his right. Lets it fly. Missed the 3. Bobcats with a rebound. Montana State into the front court with a 5-point lead. Walker hands off for McMahon. Crosses over into the lane. Throws out to Mullins, who's had a hot hand, playing with 2 fouls right now. Now down to the right baseline. Toss back up to the top. And Brandon Walker drills a topside 3. Timeout, Sac State. Brandon Walker with a Wendy's 3-pointer from way on back there. He's got a dozen points, and he's 3 shy of 1,000 in his career. 4:43 to go in the first half. Bobcats 29, Hornets 21. Staying here, not immediate timeout, but big shot there for Brandon Walker. The 3's knocking down for the Bobcats early.
Yeah, and you just look at that ball movement. Cats 9 made field goals, 7 assists. That's the kind of basketball Coach Logie wants from his club, and you're seeing the extra pass, finding the open man, and they're making Sac State pay.
Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/champs. Champs Kids Club. Montana State up 29-21, 4:43 to go first half. And Sacramento State not taking any chances, trying to squash that rally quickly.
Yeah, when you're a team that doesn't score a lot of points, you can't watch teams put up 10-0 runs and things like that. Cats are on a little 5-0 run. Sac State trying to see if they can answer.
Vaughns with a heat check. Yep, still hot. Julian Vaughns with a topside three. His third three in the last 60 seconds or so. He's got 14.
Yeah, and he's got 14, but they've only got 24 as a squad. He is right now the guy that's got to be taken care of.
Zephyr throws out to the left corner. Pat McMahon had it tip free by Vaughns, recovered by Ogbong Polo. Up to Walker, tries it again from the top. Yep, Brandon Walker, couple of three balls in the first half, strumming his way back down the floor.
Is that 1,000 right there?
That right there hit him at 1,000 for Brandon Walker, and he does it with a topside three. 32-24, Montana State leading, 3:50 to go first half. Nunn to the left elbow, rises, fires, misses the jumper, offensive board, put back, no. Ogbong Polo with a rebound. Zephyr into the front court. And a timeout called by Montana State with 3:36 to go in the first half. Brandon Walker reaches 1,000 points in his career, 15 points now tonight, and he helps the Bobcats out to a 32-24 lead, 3:36 to go first half. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. You might as well come by Cat Chat Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. all the way through until that first Tuesday in March. 3:36 to go first half. Bobcats leading the Hornets 32-24. Brandon Walker reaches 1,000 career points before that last timeout. He's got a game-high 15 points.
I like how he's playing. He's being aggressive. Jay Bolin came off the bench, got 8. Max Ogbong Polo's knocked down a couple shots. Tyler Patterson has got one as well. And the Cats with 7 made threes in the first half, shooting 53% overall and holding Sac State to just 36.
So the Bobcats use a timeout to set themselves up offensively. Here's Jade Mullins at the top, picks up his dribble, gives to Brandon Walker. Skip pass to Ogbong Polo left wing. He slices into the lane to the rack, lays it up short, rebound tipped, and won by Sac State. Hornets into the front court. Wilson with a drive and a kick. Nunn tries the three, and it's good. Bailey Nunn does not shoot a lot. He is averaging 6 points per game, but he's only knocking down 29% of his three-point shots.
Well, the fact he's taken 4 shots in the first half, now he's made one, but man, that's a win for Montana State.
Ogbong Polo, left corner three. Too deep, an air ball, out of bounds, staying with Montana State. Hey, Bobcat fans, your support through the Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. Patterson on, Oglong Polo off. Zephyr to inbound on the baseline. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it into Patterson. Quick trigger three. No. The rebound, Sac State. All right, so now that three-point shot cooling off just a little bit. Montana State 7 of 16 from three, so still plenty good in the first half. Vaughns, bounce pass up to the top. Diorama, hands off to Nunn. 7 to shoot, gotta go here. Nunn, 5, still up at the top 4. Nunn into the lane, 3, step back, fall away, 10-footer is good. A high arcing teardrop by Bailey Nunn, who has 6 points.
Yeah, we like to refer to that as a prayer. It got answered, though, and so Nunn pulls his Hornets within 3.
32-29, Bobcats leading. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Zephyr to the rack, missed the lefty layup, and the rebound corralled by Sac State. Bailey Nunn draws the hip check from Bryce Zephyr, his first foul. But good to see Zephyr getting into the paint. Didn't get to that shot, but that's that paint touch right there. Cats have knocked down plenty of threes, starting to rely on him a bit, get into the paint. Zephyr didn't finish, but he still at least got into the lane.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Cats, though, have missed 4 straight, haven't scored 2.5 minutes. And on the other side, Sac State has got it rolling. They've made all 4 of the threes they've made have been 4 of the last 5 threes they've taken, and getting to the free throw line as well.
So Bailey Nunn at the line. We remind you this game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how, workplace safety. Your day can without it more at safemt.com. On the front end of the 1-and-1, Bailey Nunn, no good on the free throw, but an offensive rebound. And the Hornets get to go back to work, trailing by 3.
Cardinals saying Bailey Nunn's the one who got the offensive rebound. You've got one guy who's dedicated to blocking out the shooter. Can't happen.
McMahon swats it away from underneath. Boy, that was a high-flying swat, getting up into the rafters to turn that thing away. Miller over to Patterson, down to McMahon. Back to Patterson, catch and shoot, right wing 3. Swirls off, no good. It was an open look. Sac State the rebound. Neal slows it down to the right wing after bobbling the dribble momentarily. Down to the right baseline. Skip out to the left corner. Nunn drives the baseline in deep. Swarmed by McMahon. Lobs it out, picked off. Tyler Patterson with the interception. Out to Jed Miller, who slows it down. Hands off for McMahon. Going to the rack. 2-hand slam. Pat McMahon. Oh, baby, what a jam.
That one we might need a poster made. That was an impressive leap and finish by Pat McMahon. Get some momentum back on the side of the Cats.
That's the Pat McMahon Cat Country's been waiting on. 5-point lead for Montana State. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Bailey Nunn has the dribble at the top. Driving a kick. Neal, his 3 ball. That's no good. Bobcats with a rebound. 2-second differential between the shot and game clock. So the Cats are going to slow it down a little bit here. Pat McMahon with a big block and a big 2-hand dunk in the last 2 minutes of this first half. Miller slowing it down, waiting for this clock to wind down. Now 10 to shoot. Miller, 7 to shoot. Out to Mullins. Tries the left corner 3. That's no good. Rebound Sac State. 5 seconds left in the half. Bonds across the half-court line 2. Tries the deep NBA 3. Short. Mullins with an excellent contest. And that ends the first half, which ended on a high note. Pat McMahon, a big old 2-hand slam. And Montana State has a 5-point lead heading into the halftime break. We'll step aside. Montana State 34, Sac State 29. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table. But right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Back at halftime, Cats up 34-29.
All right, big start for Montana State, Brian, and boy, what an effort by the Cats, particularly Pat McMahon down the stretch there at the end of that first half. A big two-hand slam, had a big block as well. We've been kind of waiting on McMahon. We know how star of a player he can be. He's been a second-half guy now since he's come off the bench, right? So he scored 35 of his 40 points total over these last three games in the second half. And talking to him on Cat Chat this week, I just asked him, I mean, is it different coming off the bench? Does that help you mentally? And he was saying yes, it does. It allows him to kind of watch the game, get a sense of the game, get a sense of where he can put himself into the matchup. And he says that's helped, and that kind of explains a little bit about his about why he's been such a second-half player as of late. Nice to see him get that big dunk at the end of the first half, and you expect that to continue.
Yeah, he's only 2 points in the first half, but he did have huge block and a couple rebounds, a couple deflections, and right now Montana State is doing enough offensively to be successful. 7 made threes, shooting 42%, shooting the free throws well. Turnovers were high early, but got under control. A lot of assists on all their makes. Defensively, I would have said they were doing great, except one guy, Julian Vons, goes 3 for 4 for 3 in about a minute, and that's really allowed Sac State to stay tight.
So we have seen this a couple of times this year. Like, Vons is a guy who has gone off, and he's gotten hot now the last couple of games. Crowd's reacting to the Ribbon Chop House shots for cash right now, and he just missed the $1,000 half-court shot. But anyway, we've seen this now where, like, one guy has gone off, right? Like we saw it at Montana last week. We've seen it against Northern Colorado. McCreary went off in the second half. Is that something that you can kind of change, or are the Cats just getting lucky or unlucky here where somebody's getting hot?
Well, generally it's you're making mistakes, or you're not locking in for just a couple of minutes. And when someone gets hot, like Julian Vaughn's second three-pointer was from 28 feet. His third one was from 28 feet because he's feeling it. You got to not allow guys that are spurt scorers to get going. I mean, think of Max Ogbonkpolo. You let him get rolling, he'll put up 10, 12 points on you in 5 minutes, and you don't know what's happening. So it's just a matter of not allowing those guys to get started. And right now they let one guy get going. He's got half their points.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll get you some more stats from that first half of the Bobcats leading the Hornets 34-29 at the half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Back to First Interstate Bank broadcast position. Bobcats leading 34-29 against Sacramento State. The Montana State American Indian Council performing right now at halftime. Today is the No More Stolen Relatives game today. So between the Montana State American Indian Council and the Murdered and Missing Indigenous People Student Association coming together and seeking to raise awareness for all of the individuals, the missing and murdered indigenous people across lots of our reservations. Over 65,000 individuals identify as Native Americans in Montana. We have 12 tribal nations, 7 reservations across the state. So today, shining a light on that and getting a performance from the American Indian Council right now at midcourt. All right, taking a look at this one, Montana State leading 34-29 at the half, led by Brandon Walker, 15 points, so he's up to 1,000 in his career now. Jay Mullins with 8 points today, 6 from Ogmong Polo, 3 from Patterson, 2 from Pat McMahon as the Bobcats shoot 42% from the field. They go 7 of 18 from downtown. That's 39%. 7 Wendy's three-pointers and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Bobcats -3 on the glass, out-rebounded 18-15. 9 assists on 11 made field goals. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. For Sac State, led by Vaughns, who has 14 points. Nunn has 6. Neal has 3. Holt has 2. Sac State shooting 37% from the field. They are 4 of 11 from the three-point line and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Bobcats have 6 turnovers. Hornets have 9 turnovers in that first half, which has led to 13 points for the Bobcats. So all in all, some decent numbers there for the Cats. Brian, the 7 3-pointers are going to look fresh, but can't rely on that again for the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think when you look at the ball movement, it was good. It led to open shots. They converted those for the most part. Bobcats led for 13 and a half minutes of the first frame. Can they come out, start strong, keep Sac State at an arm's length? Again, they're not an explosive offense. They had a stretch where Julian got going, Julian Vaughns got going, but otherwise kind of a tough half for them offensively.
Real milk is a nutrient-rich product. It contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. That's 13 nutrients with seemingly endless benefits. Reach for milk and make every sip count. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some of the other Big Sky scores, including telling you how the women are doing right now in Sacramento. Not great if you like offense, but they've got a lead. We'll tell you about that after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
Montana State leading Sac State 34-29 at the half here. On the women's side, Coach Binford and Montana State women's basketball leading Sac State 7-5 after one quarter of play. They went 2 of 16 in that first quarter, but we know they'll get that thing rolling here any moment now. Taking a look around the rest of the Big Sky, the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard. Idaho leading Weber at the half, 36-31 on the road. Montana leading Portland State 44-33 at the half, and Eastern trailing Idaho State 28-26 at halftime. Back after this for the start of the second half. Montana State 34, Sac State 29. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Bobcats leading the Hornets 34-29 as we get set for the second half. Let's first pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as we start the second half. Bobcats leading 34-29 over the Sac State Hornets, and a lineup change to start the second half for the Cats. Zephyr starts with Jabe Mullins now, along with Tyler Patterson, Max Ogbong-Polo, and Brandon Walker. So Jabe Mullins was hot in that first half, 8 points, and he gets an opportunity to get out there in the early going to start the second half.
Yeah, I like it. Let's see if something can change. Big Sam didn't have much of an impact in the first half, so give a guy who's having a night a chance to build on it.
Patterson bounced down to Walker, right block. Backing in on Holt, spins, lays it up, no, but draws the foul. Holt got his hand caught in there. Nice job by Walker to make sure that hand was nice and tucked up to the rib cage as he kind of pinched it with his elbow. Second foul on Jacob Holt. Brandon Walker going back to the line where he is 3 of 4 today.
Good little set play coming out of the timeout. One of the strengths of this program is just how good Montana State is coming out of timeout about getting the shot they want to get.
First free throw is no good. Walker will do it again, sitting at around 1,000 career points today after his 15-point performance in the first half. That one's no good. Misses them both. Hornets the rebound, trailing by 5, 19:30 to go first half. Nunn up at the top with the basketball. Over to Holt on the right wing, works his way down, goes inside, floats it up, and good off the glass. Jacob Holt now with 4 points today. He's a top 5 scorer in the league, averaging 17 a contest.
And he's a tough matchup because he's got quickness, length, and some explosiveness in those legs.
Zephyr cut off down to the left block, bounce pass down to Walker, and stripped out of bounds, staying here with Montana State. The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics and the Montana State Alumni Association. Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. Bobcats with the ball to our right. Walker hands off for Ogbong-Polo at the top. Around to the left corner with 5 to shoot. Here's Zephyr on the baseline. Skip to Mullins, right corner 3. No, missed it. First miss from deep for the Cats in the second half. Sac State with the basketball, trailing by 3. Holt throws into the left corner. Now out to the left wing. Here's Vaughn. Lob down to Holt. Down to the left block against Ogbong-Polo. Hooks it up. No, on the reverse. Put back. No. Rebound tipped out by Ogbong-Polo. Recovered by the Hornets. Nunn throws up to Vaughns, who had the hottest of hands in that first half. Vaughns steps back. Topside 3. That's good. Boy, nowhere is too deep to close out on Julian Vaughns right now as 17 points.
Yeah, he likes it. And Sac State goes 5-0 to start the first half, 5-0 to start the second half.
Ogbong-Polo back the other way with the 3. That's no good. And Sac State, which just tied the game on that Vaughns 3, has the basketball looking for a lead. 18 minutes to go in the game. Vaughns down to the mid-post right side. Knocked free by Zephyr. Loose ball. He stole it. Bryce Zephyr by himself to the rack. Two-hand slam. Bryce Zephyr with a defense and a two-handed jam on the other side.
Yeah, really good play. Good instincts by him to see the ball screen and make a play off of it.
Now Nunn on the drive. Missed the layup. Rebound tipped around. Won by Brewer. Out to the right wing. Neal. His 3 is good. E.J. Neal went 1 for 10 from deep against Weber State on Saturday. Knocks down a 3 ball there to give the Hornets a 2-point lead. Or excuse me, 1 point lead.
Yeah, and the Cats back-to-back possessions, unable to secure the defensive glass, cost them 5 points.
Walker open from 3. That's no good off the top, swirled off, and Sac State has the rebound. Hornets settling down. Holt with the basketball, hands off out top. Neal. Picked up by Walker. Bounce pass down to Holt. Working on Ogbong-Polo. Skip pass to the right corner. Brewer. Blocked. Tried the 3. Jabe Mullins said no, no, no.
You don't see a lot of 3s get blocked, especially on a guy who's having to close out from inside. Mullins had to cover down to make sure the ball didn't go into the paint and then had to recover to the far wing.
Nunn with the dribble at the top. Only 6 to shoot after that Mullins block. Nunn with 4. Out to Vaughns, gets free off a screen, missed the 3 out of bounds, and it's going the other way. Mullins looked like he was about to lobby that he tipped it and then realized that that's not what he wanted to do.
And it wouldn't matter because shot clock went off anyway.
Either way, some good defense there from Jabe Mullins, who has not played to his ceiling yet this year, although he's starting to climb the ladder right now. Walker has it out on the left wing. Handoff for Mullins. Turns the corner into the lane. Lost his footing, and they called a foul. Bailed out. I think that's on Vaughns. Get the official word, and it is. So that's the third foul now on Julian Vaughns. That's very notable for a guy who's got 17 points.
Yeah, I mean, really the guy for them offensively that's carried the load here tonight to pick up that third foul. He's also got a little limp in his giddy-up. I don't know if that collision with Jay Mullins caused a little tweak in the knee or the ankle.
16:36 to go in the game. Bounce pass on the inbounds pass to Patterson, who then nearly lost it, saved it across the baseline, and then Miller had to save it on the far sideline. Now the Bobcats go to work. Walker down to the left block, working in, turns, hook shot, left it short, didn't get to his spot, and Sac State has the rebound.
Yeah, good physical defense there by Sac State, keeping Brandon Walker off his spot, like you said.
Hornets with the ball at a 1-point lead. Bailey Nunn with a standing dribble. Turns to the left wing. Steps to the elbow. Works into the paint. Leans in with the right hand. And lays it home with a swirling shot. 8 points for Nunn.
And a 10-2 start to the second half. 2 5-0 runs with the Bobcat bucket split in between them has got Sac State out front.
And 2 missed free throws. The Bobcats have taken 3 of their 5 shots from beyond the arc. Walker down to the right baseline. Backing it down. Spins to the left shoulder, goes up through contact, missed it, got his own rebound. Second try is good. Brandon Walker now 17 points, 1,002 in his career, a third-year junior from Texas. 39-38, Sac State leading. We are approaching the 15-minute mark. Nunn gets inside, drop off, tipped and recovered. Drive inside, picked off. Jed Miller with the steal, thrown ahead to Mullins in transition, and he gets to the rack with a left-hand slam.
Great pass by Jed Miller to lead Jed Mullins to the rim. And then James showing a little athleticism and throwing it down.
Should be the 4th assist for Jed Miller now. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Lob into the post. Diorama back to the basket, working on Walker. Spins. Blocked. Fouled. A foul on Brandon Walker. His second. I don't think he was shooting there. It looked like he was maybe getting close. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what happens when we come back. And he is shooting. 14:38 to go in the game. Montana State leading 40-39 against the Hornets. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Kendall Ford, Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. 14 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the game. Bobcats leading 40-39 against the Hornets. Another tight one here. The last 5 games in Bozeman between these two teams have been decided by 6 or fewer points. And Brian, some defense has turned into some offense, and we've seen a few dunks today. The Cats getting a little high flying at times.
Yeah, the Cats getting out and running a little bit. Fast break points are 8-5, and they're doing a great job too off the bench. 12 zip. Sac State yet to get any contribution off the bench, but Montana State is just up 1.
You know, that's a number as Sac State goes to the free throw line here. Judy Diorama is at the free throw line, but that's a number, the bench points, that the women's team certainly has been dominating throughout the year with their depth, as that one pinballs through. Diorama with his first point today. But for Montana State, that is a number they should win most nights with their depth.
Yeah, it feels like that should be a strength, and it's been a bit inconsistent.
Second free throw is good. And Sac State retakes a 1-point lead as this game hops on the seesaw, going back and forth now. 14:30 to go in the game. Out to Miller on the left wing. Over to Ogmong Polo right wing. Picks up the dribble, gives to Patterson. 10 to shoot. Off to Lecolot with a bounce pass right corner. 8 to shoot. Lecolot into the paint. Kick out left corner. McMahon rocks the 3. Pat McMahon now with 5 points. So we've seen the high-flying two-hand slam and the deep dart.
Yeah, Cats with 11 assists on 15 makes. That's great ball movement, great sharing it. Now the defense needs to lock back down to where it was in the first half.
First Wendy's three-pointer of the second half for Montana State. 6 to shoot now, none. Throws over to the right wing, Neal. 4. Neal drop off, and it's tipped it out of bounds. Should be staying here, and it is. Cats got a piece of it, but 1.2 seconds on the shot clock. So Sac State will inbound on the left sideline. Neal looking. Fires into the post, caught, tipped, lays it up, short. Cats have the rebound. Miller pushing the tempo. Out to McMahon. Back to Miller. Backs it out with the bounce. Around to McMahon, rips the right baseline, rises, and comes up short of the dunk, but draws the blocking foul. And you could hear the collective groan. They thought a highlight was about to be posted.
And he got one at the end of the first half. He thought, why not go for 2? It makes a better number. Great drive by Pat McMahon. And if he hadn't had that contact, he absolutely would have got the poster.
Michael Wilson with his first foul. You know, if you're listening at the top of the broadcast, Pat McMahon knocks down the first free throw. You know, they've got the great imaging. That's Ryan Corman back at the Learfield Studios who does that. But they got a bunch of those highlights, and you can hear the one-hand hammer. That's one of the calls. That was from Pat McMahon's one-handed dunk against St. Thomas last year. That free throw is no good. He has the highlights that have the staying power when he gets going. Bailey Nunn working with the dribble up at the top. Skip pass into the right corner. Wilson with his head up, bounce into the post. Diorama lost it, tip free, and then a foul. Tyler Patterson picks up his third. And Sac State will inbound underneath the basket.
And the Cats just take a chance there. Sam Lecolot goes for a steal, gives an angle, and creates the rotation that leads to the foul. Sometimes you just got to be solid. Take care of things, keep guys in front of you. When you go for that steal, all of a sudden Tyler has to help, and boom, foul on Tyler.
Inbounds into Diorama on the right wing. Backing it down to the right baseline. Throws out to Nunn on the right sideline. Nunn shuffling down to the baseline. Cut off by Miller. 8 to shoot. Good one-on-one defense by Miller. Ball around the perimeter off the left wing. And a travel. Bobcat defense has had some good stretches tonight.
Yeah, that's a great job by Jay Mullins right there. Great ball pressure, but then given the gap when the ball gets put down on the floor, gave enough gap. It was like pulling the chair out, caused a travel.
Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Bobcats with a three-point advantage. They have the ball to our right. Down to McMahon on the right block. One-on-one spins, lays it good. No! Did not get it to fall, but draws the foul. So he'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, it's an easy call right there. I love the set play. McMahon just took the ball to the rim hard, tried to create that dunk on the last possession. Now you create a little baseline screen to give him a free post up and a chance to go get another one.
Free throw is good by Patrick McMahon. It was Lachlan Brewer, the freshman from Australia, who picks up the foul. You know, it was interesting hearing McMahon describe that, like, he likes to watch that game in the first few minutes to get a feel where he fits in. I think the real answer here is you fit in anywhere. You can fit yourself into any spot in this game with that type of athleticism and aggressiveness that we're starting to see as he misses that free throw and Sac State has the rebound.
Yeah, I think, though, sometimes guys just need to get that feel, and Pat has really done a great job coming off the bench since Coach Logie made that switch a few games ago.
Yeah. Good ball defense by Jed Miller. Leo Ricketts has to get rid of it off to Michael Wilson. The 2 walk-ons getting a lot of playing time due to injuries for the Hornets. Holt down to the left baseline, 5 to shoot. Skip to Ricketts, right wing. Out to Wilson, 3 to shoot. Out to the top. Brewer tries a contested 3. That's no good. And McMahon grabs the rebound as he is fouled by E.J. Neal. It's Neal's 3rd foul. Yeah, the point for McMahon, for me at least, is like McMahon's the type of player that can make the game bend to his will. And as soon as he grabs that confidence again, I mean, the sky's the limit, and he's got another year of eligibility.
Yeah, and I think the thing that becomes challenging is when that's inconsistent, which it has been at times for Pat, even first half to second half, as you mentioned earlier. And then defensively, he's got to clean up a few things in his team defense to make sure he can stay on the floor for longer stretches.
10 to shoot for the Bobcat offense, leading by 4. Ogbonk Polo misses a deep 3. Rebound tipped and won by Sacramento State. Wilson left open for 3. That's no good. Offensive putback by Brewer is good. Lachlan Brewer now with 6 points. 45-43, 11:30 to go in the game. These two teams have played a lot of close games over the last couple of years, including the semifinal from a year ago. McMahon down the baseline on the right side. Steps through, hands off to Ogbonk Polo. He rises and connects. A 2-hand jam by Max Ogbonk Polo off the dish by Pat McMahon. All right, Bobcats have some high-flying highlights tonight. 11 minutes to go in the game, 47-43 Montana State. Neal working up at the top. 10 to shoot against Lekalot. Down to the left block. Picks up the dribble, bounce pass underneath, and it's picked up by Montana State, forcing another turnover, 13th of the day for Sac State. Montana State has a chance to really get some momentum rolling downhill right now. McMahon's at the top, then to Miller, right wing. Over to McMahon, right elbow, 10 to shoot. On Ricketts, going to the cup, draws the double, through contact, bangs it off the glass and in, and flexes it out from his backside on the hardwood. Should have been a foul, didn't get the call, and a timeout called by Sac State.
Yeah, that's amazing. There was a ton of contact by 2 players on McMahon. Neither of them did enough to draw the foul.
Pat McMahon's got some swagger. He'll celebrate when he starts to get going, and that's starting to come along now. Let's step aside for the first Interstate Bank broadcast position. 10 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the game. Bobcats leading the Hornets 49-43. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today. Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. 10 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the game. Bobcats 49, Hornets 43. Brian, you look at the stats. What are you seeing?
Yeah, Cats have made 5 of 6 here as Pat McMahon has got himself going. He gave a great assist to Agbankpolo for the dunk. So the Cats have got some things going on the offensive end. Now, can they get this lead? They've had as big as a 9-point lead in the first half, but can they get this to a comfortable margin in these last 10 minutes? On the season, Sac State is 0-13 when they've trailed at the 10-minute mark, which they will again here tonight. They are 6-1 when they lead at the 10-minute mark. So Montana State has everything going for them, but they've got to separate.
Yeah, the separation is going to be key. We've been singing some praises, but you need to take a lead at home against the 10th place team or one of the lower teams in the conference. And now Jed Miller with a steal and draws the foul. Jed Miller all over Bailey Nunn. This is his matchup. Two guys who are similar sized.
Yeah, similar size, play with great heart and intensity, as we're going to get back-to-back medias.
Yeah, that last timeout was because of the first called timeout in the second half. This one now is our under 12 media timeout. So we're stepping aside again. 10:06 to go in the game. Bobcats leading the Hornets 49-43. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. After this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. 10:06 to go first half. Montana State leads Sac State 49-43. Bobcats trying to get to within a game of 500. A win today would be massive, especially with one of the top Big Sky teams, Portland State, coming into town on Saturday for a 6 o'clock tip.
Yeah, be really big. Again, that would give them 4 wins in 6 games, a chance to get to 500 on Saturday. And we've been saying it for a while, you just got to get that momentum crested and moving in the right direction as you turn this calendar into February.
And if Montana State wins today, it would get them to 3-1 in Big Sky play at home. That's a decent number, with that one loss being a 1-point defeat at the hands of the first-place team, Northern Colorado. Pat McMahon pumps the 3, weaves into the lane, goes to the cup, adjusts midair, finishes with a right hand off the glass despite getting tackled in the air.
No doubt about it. Cats on an 11-2 run right now. Get themselves up 8.
Vaughn's fall-away jumper over McMahon. That's short. Bobcats with the rebound. That was great defense by McMahon. Made Vaughn's take his third choice of a shot. Lecolot hands off for McMahon. Throws up to the top of the key. Alley-oop. McMahon lets it sail out of the air. And across the baseline. A little high that time from Mullins to McMahon on the alley-oop attempt.
A little high?
A little high.
A little high.
Yes. A little high if it was an 18-footer who was going to the rim.
I think that Pat McMahon catches that if he is 9 feet tall.
Sac State with a basketball to our left. Montana State leads it 51-43. We approach the 9-minute mark of the second half. Jacob Holt, a 17-foot jumper is good. It's fine. You give up that shot. That's from way on back there for a big man like Holt. Still only a 6-point advantage for Montana State. 8:45 to go. Mullins on the drive. Pass along the baseline, swatted out of bounds by the Hornets.
Yeah, good little penetration right there. Just nowhere to go with it. When you leave your feet, you're in deep trouble if you don't complete the pass quick.
Into the left wing. Jed Miller. Out to Ogmong-Polo left corner. Weaving into the lane. Stops in the paint. Steps through. Floats it up. Rimming. Yes. Off the rim. Off the backboard. And through the nylon.
Yeah, that puts 4 Cats in double figures on the evening. Mullins, Ogmong-Polo with 10. McMahon with 11. Walker with 17.
Montana State nearly with a steal after an Ogmong-Polo tip. Now Holt has it knocked away by Pat McMahon, and the Bobcats pick up the loose ball.
Yeah, it's like Holt doesn't realize that the Cats, as soon as he puts it on the floor, coming to double every single time. He's turned it over 4 times just doing that.
Now he nearly forces a turnover. It's loose on the floor, and then we've got a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow to Sacramento State with 8:01 to go in the ball game. Montana State leads 53-45 against Sacramento State.
That's kind of been the theme all night. Every time the Cats push to 6 or 8, it's a turnover that halts the momentum and keeps Sac State within striking distance.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives, but I mean, you really want to pull away at some point. Nunn over to Wilson on the right wing. Gives it to Vaughns. Down to the right baseline, Holt bobbled the catch, so he's out deep in the corner, guarded by Lecolot. 8 to shoot, handoff for Vaughn. 7, Vaughn, step back, long 2. No, McMahon the rebound, and then finally draws a foul call after Brewer whacked him from behind. I don't know what McMahon had said to the men in the stripes tonight, but he hasn't gotten any calls around the rim. Got one there, though, finally. We'll step aside for the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 7:34 to go in the ball game. Bobcats lead the Hornets 53-45. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, they've been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m., we've got Cat Chat over at the Ribbon Chop House, and We'll have some good guests, both player guests. We're hoping to get President Cruzado on, and we'll have the dance team coming at one of these points as well. So got a lot going on over there. The crowd's been getting big over the ribbon chop.
Yeah, reasons to be there for sure.
Pat McMahon was our guest along with Addison Harris last week. Don't know who our guests will be yet. Usually try to pick those after the second game of the week, whoever really played well. And, we're going to save Morales for probably the last show. I think on the women's side, I think I'm going to probably save Leck a lot for pretty late in the year as well. Front end of a 1-1 for Pat McMahon is good. I'd like to try to save some of those well-spoken seniors who are going to give you some good emotion at the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Tell you what, senior night is a night that brings out a lot of emotion across the board.
McMahon hits both free throws. He has 13 points now. The Bobcats, they've got their first double-digit lead of the day, a rarity in the Big Sky this year. 55-45, Montana State in front. Pat McMahon nearly with a bailout steal, and then Vaughn draws a foul underneath as he drives to the rack. Brandon Walker picks up his third.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Sam's play earlier that drew Tyler's third, taking a chance for a steal. You got a 10-point lead. You don't need that. You just need to keep solid, make them score over you. They're shooting 37%. They're not a great offensive team. Don't give them easy opportunities to score.
So Julian Vaughn's going to the line. He's a sixth-year junior.
Wow.
First free throw is good. So he redshirted his first year pre-pandemic at Chico State. Did not play the pandemic year. Played a year at City College in San Francisco. Played another year at the University of Alberta up in Canada. Redshirted last year at Sac State and now playing this year.
Well, and depending on how a few lawsuits work out, none of those years before last year may count. He might be an 11th-year senior by the time it's all said and done.
Next free throw is good. Yeah, they've got the waiver now. You get an extra year if you were a JUCO player. And there's more to come. That's a much more detailed conversation than we can get in during a 30-second shot clock.
Yeah, and there was a lawsuit filed today for non-Division I players to get the same treatment.
Patterson misses an elbow jumper. Sac State has the rebound. 55-47, Montana State leads. 6:50 to go in the game. Nunn works his way down the left block, has to throw it out to Wilson. Surveying. Wilson strolls up to the cat head logo at the top of the key. Throws back to Nunn on the left wing with 9 to shoot. This is why there's so few possessions against Sac State. Nunn tries a three, bricked it left. Rebound corralled by Patterson, who's looking much more healthy with that banged-up left shoulder.
Yeah, he looks a lot better tonight. Even though he hasn't been as active offensively, he just is moving cleaner.
Yeah. You don't see him wincing after some of those times when that left arm gets that slung back. Miller driving a kick. Mullins, extra pass around to the top. Pat McMahon fakes the three, steps to the elbow, throws back to Mullins, down to Miller. Cuts into the lane, throws back to where he came from, down to Walker. 2 to shoot, steps in, lays it, no. Mullins the offensive rebound, out to McMahon, left corner three, ring it up. Mullins the O-board, and Pat McMahon makes it count from the left corner.
Boy, I'll tell you what, though, you got 3 or 4 guys that got a piece of the paint there before Walker shot, and then the offensive rebound obviously is massive, and then McMahon steps up and drills it.
Vaughns tries to save a big high pass, he does. Into the left corner now, Neal knocks down a three.
Boy, just a moment. Had a chance to put this away, miss a steal, give up an open three. Back to an 8-point ball game, 5 to go.
This is what we're talking about in these close games. You got to close this thing out emphatically. Patterson, right corner three. Airballed it, too strong. Sac State the rebound. 5 minutes remaining. 58-50, Montana State, the front runner. Here's Holt. He's open for three. No. Rebound, Montana State. And he'll shoot that. This is his 73rd attempt of the year.
You score 17 a game, you're gonna have a little bit of a green light.
Well, especially on this team, which is missing really 3 of their main rotation players. Patterson drives, throws out to Mullins, right wing three. Front iron, no. Sac State the rebound. Bobcats 2 of 8 from beyond the arc in the second half. Holt ahead of Steen, gets inside, stripped and fouled. Jed Miller, a wise decision as he commits his first foul.
Yeah, we like to call that a business decision. Jed Miller goes for the steal, make sure he strips the arm, forces the free throws, but Cats a moment ago up 11, now give up a 3, now give up 2 free throws, and all of a sudden Sac State can be right back in the mix.
Cats need that killer close. Just haven't quite had that a couple of times this year, and it's cost them.
They called that on the ground.
Oh, okay, sure. So Sac State inbounds it. Neal turns down to the left baseline against Mullins. Comes back to his right to the elbow. Bounce down to Holt on the left block. Falls away, floats it home, and one. He'll go to the line. Jay Mullins, the foul, his third.
Well, that turned out worse.
Yeah.
You get a break on the foul being on the ground instead of on the shot, and then you give up a and one the old-fashioned way.
Intermountain Health, with 2 clinic locations in Bozeman, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. Holt's free throw is good, so he does complete the 3-point play. 58-53, Montana State leading, 4:05 to go in the ball game. Like-a-lot hands off for Miller. Has the dribble, now gives to Ogbong Polo, down to the right corner for McMahon, works the right baseline, jump pass out to Like-a-lot. Around to the left wing, into the left corner. Mullins, open three, in and out. And a rebound by Sac State. Here's Vaughns, pulls up, left wing three, well short. Miller makes the catch, throws ahead. McMahon, Euro step to the lane, lays it good, and they call it off. So they're saying that's on the floor, even though he had his hands up, stepped through, and was in the process of laying it in. We'll take a break. Arguing won't change it. 3:37 to go in the ball game. Bobcats leading 58-53. And Pat McMahon will be at the line for 2 free throws after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
3:37 to go in the ball game. Montana State 58, Sac State 53. We're at the First Interstate Bank courtside position today. The women, meanwhile, up 33-18 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter out in Sacramento. So they've given up 18 points with six plus minutes to go in the third quarter. But here, Brian, look, the Bobcats have played well. There's a lot to be excited about. However, it is only a 5-point lead. You absolutely got to get a dagger in here.
Yeah, and I tell you what, right now you should have a couple one-on-one right now for Pat McMahon, so hopefully you can get these 2 to go. But just getting some stops. Solid defense, not taking chances, not putting yourself in a position to give up angles or give up fouls. Just be solid on that end.
So McMahon, the front end of a 1-and-1 is good. 17 points for Pat McMahon. One more to tie his career high, which he set all the way back last Saturday in Missoula against Montana. There it is. 18 points for Patty Mack. Patrick McMahon ties his career high in back-to-back games. Bobcats lead by 7.
Yeah, way to step up, knock down 2 big ones. Now, again, solid defense here against a team that's just really average offensively.
Handoff up at the top for Wilson. Bounce pass into the post, and Holt misses the bunny layup. Ogbong Polo picks up the loose ball.
That's a break right there. Ogbong Polo got sealed. It was an easy deuce. Holt had to go with his offhand, couldn't finish, and the Cats now can both run clock and do something here to kind of put some space between them.
And Max didn't hang his head after getting beat badly. He was right there to corral that loose rebound. Pat McMahon lost the handle on it. It was tipped, recovers it in the backcourt. 3 to shoot. McMahon down to the right block, leans in, blocked, and out of bounds with 0.7 on the clock. What does McMahon have to do to get a foul call underneath? Is this all verticality from every big man in there?
Boy, I don't know, man, because he's doing a great job of seeking the contact out. And usually some level of whistle comes your way once in a while. He's gotten to the line 8 times tonight, so it's not like he hasn't. But
it's been like 3.
But definitely not on the ones around the rim.
Mullins, alley-oop. Cauley makes the catch and floats it home. B.J. Cauley, his first 2 points coming right in off the bench.
And he was put in for that play as Lekalot goes right back to the scorer's table to check back in.
You wonder if B.J. Cauley is going to follow the John Olmstead path, although Cauley's got an extra year of eligibility at least. Layup by Nunn underneath, no good. Put back by Holt, no. And then they're calling a foul on Jacob Holt, I believe. From the official on a long way away. Yep, and it is on Holt. So that'll get the Bobcats back to the stripe. 3rd foul on Jacob Holt.
Who's shooting then? Is this going to be McMahon again?
Or Cauley.
Yeah, Cauley, it looks like.
It is Cauley. Is someone you know taking dangerous shots? Opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how. It's helpsavelives.mt.org. And Cauley off the bench. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1. You like to see that. B.J. Cauley hasn't played many minutes today, but impactful here in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, 4 big points if he can knock down this free throw to put his team up 11.
No good on that. And the rebound is won by Sac State. It's a 10-point lead for Montana State. 2 1/4 to go in the game.
Yeah, that little 5-0 run by the Cats is pretty crucial here to give them a little bit of breathing room down the stretch.
Neal throws to the top for Nunn, pumps the 3, now lets it go. That's no good, and the long rebound corralled by Mullins, who gets shoved out of bounds. And they're calling a jump ball.
Yeah.
Going the other way. Montana State ball. Cauley to the bench, getting high fives, well deserved.
Yeah, it's a great contribution right there. You play a minute 30 at a key moment, and you score 3 points and help your ball club win a game.
Coach Payton, man, the high five he gave to B.J. Cauley there, emphatic. He was very, very happy. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Montana State leading 63-53. Jay Mullins across the half-court line. Gets the play call from Coach Logie. Mullins with a standing dribble near the center logo. Hands off for Jed Miller. 10 to shoot. Miller to the right wing. 7. Miller turns the corner. Down to the right block. Throws back to Lekalot. Takes a deep 3. Short. And the rebound grabbed out of bounds by Sac State. They rush the other way. Neal inside. Down to the right baseline. Out to the right elbow. Turns into the lane. Fall away jumper. Rimming it in. And then a quick timeout called by Sac State with 1:17 to go in the game. 63-55. Montana State is leading. 4 players in double figures. Pat McMahon has 18. Brendan Walker has 17. He's crossed over 1,000 career points today. Ogbong Polo has 10. Jay Mullins has 10. The Bobcats shooting 43% from the field, holding Sac State to 37% from the field. So doing what they're supposed to do against a team that has been challenged offensively this year.
Yeah, and the Cats it hadn't been the perfect outing tonight, but it's been very effective here, especially in the last 4 minutes. Right now on a 5-0 run. Since the 4-minute media, they've held Sac State scoreless, and they've got possession.
Portland State will be here on Saturday. We'll be on the air at 5:30 for the 6 o'clock tip against the Vikings. Portland State over in Missoula right now in a matchup of a pair of two-loss teams in the conference. Montana leading that one 84-71 with 3:20 to go in the ballgame. Montana's been pretty well in control throughout the evening. Full court press. Miller makes the catch at the baseline. Dribbles through traffic. Throws ahead. McMahon makes the catch in the front court and then draws the foul with 69 seconds to go in the game. And Ogbong Polo will come back in for the offense-defense sub.
And McMahon a chance to set a career high. Or did he already get it on the last free throw?
He's tied at it.
Tied, yeah.
And for a guy with all of his talent, all of his skill, all of his athleticism, has never scored 20 points in a ballgame. Number 19, a new career high for Patrick McMahon out of Palmer, Alaska. Very small town, about 40 miles north of Anchorage. Beautiful area there. Says it looks a lot like Bozeman. Next free throw. That's good. The first 20-point game of Pat McMahon's career comes on this January 30th at the Brick.
That's the Cat Chat reverse jinx right there. Go do Cat Chat, get 20.
That's how you get it done. Toss up to the top, around to the left wing. Wilson tries a three. Ooh, he got it. The prayer was answered. Still a 7-point game. Montana State leading. 55 seconds to go in the game. Into Miller, and he draws a quick foul. And it will be Michael Wilson committing the foul.
And at this point for the Cats, it's simply a situation where you make your free throws and you move to 4 and 5 in the conference play. Walk out of here with an easy win.
And for Jed Miller, just bringing back memories of those two clutch free throws he hit in the semifinals last year against Sac State with 15 seconds left to help secure a 74-71 win. And Jed Miller has been the clutch guy at the stripe. He'll tell you that it really goes back, his confidence at the free throw line goes back to the free throws he hit at the end of the game against Cal last year. Early in the season, Cats won a tight game out in Berkeley, and really since then, he's been the guy at the line.
It's fantastic. Whatever it takes. He had huge free throws in the Weber State win a couple weeks ago as well.
That free throw is no good. Also, Idaho Weber State on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard in a tight one. Idaho leading 67-64 with 3:40 to go in that game. 54 seconds left in the contest. Miller tucking in the jersey, and now at long last gets the ball from the official. And that is good. 67-58. Zephyr in, Miller off. Untucks his jersey. He was getting a little frustrated with the official there. That was a little flashy. He's frustrated. All right. Sac State with the ball. Nunn. Out of the right wing. Pumps the three. Only 40 seconds left. Crosses over. Down to the right block. Puts up a jumper off the glass. No. Lekalot, tough rebound. Gets it off to McMahon. He's in the backcourt to Mullins. Still got to get it across the timeline here. You got 3 seconds to do it. And a timeout called by Montana State. Miller will head back in.
Yeah, you just take no chances right there. Got to call that timeout and make sure you don't turn it over. There's no reason to give Sac State any hope.
And this is why you want to put this game away earlier. I mean, Montana State's in a good spot. You could still easily give it up if you're not careful and not fundamentally sound. But, I mean, these are the moments, right? Big Sky is tough. You play the 2 games on Thursday and Saturday. You don't want to have to press this hard down the stretch in a game that you should be winning.
Yeah, man. I mean, you take it right now. I mean, again, for this team, it's about building momentum. You know, again, 4 out of 6 with this one. 3 of the last 4 if you want to look at it that way. But they've got some opportunity to build that momentum and build the belief and the expectation of success. And this is a good step in that direction regardless of how close it is.
It's the final game in January. The Bobcats, as long as they hang on here, will have a chance to go to 500 against Portland State. That'll be a tough one. Into the backcourt for Miller, and he is fouled very quickly by Bailey Nunn. So Jed Miller will walk the long walk back to the free throw line with a chance at redemption after splitting the 2 free throws last time to the line. Meanwhile, the women right now, 2 minutes to go, third quarter, they lead Sac State 43-28, looking to go to 9-0, looking for their 19th win of the year.
Tremendous.
Free throw is good by Jed Miller. Not bad when you're on the cusp of 20 wins before the calendar turns to February.
Yeah, and heading to Portland State, who's
Not
a
good.
team in the league that has really, really struggled. And then you come home for the big one on Thursday against NAU, first and second place.
Next free throw by Miller is good. He hits them both. And Montana State's going to have a big cheering contingent at that Portland State game as well. Addison Harris, who's from about 15 minutes away, she's got a lot of tickets out for that game. 10-point lead for the Bobcats. Shot clock dark, 25 seconds to go. A Wilson three off the glass, no. Ogbong Polo the rebound. And they will still foul. I don't think Zeppel wanted them to. I think he was ready to wave the white flag, but so be it.
Pad the stats. Chance to get to 70. We said pregame, first team 70 wins.
And holding the Hornets to under 60.
Yeah, potentially. 21 seconds away from that. That'd be a pretty good defensive effort. Granted, they are a team that struggles offensively, but you still hold them below their average, eight or nine below their average.
Yeah, they're 67 a game overall and 64 a game in Big Sky. Ogbong Polo knocks down the free throw. 11 points for Max Ogbong Polo. 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 4 rebounds and an assist for Max. That free throw is also good. So Ogbong Polo knocks them both down. 12-point lead for the Cats. 20 seconds left with the shot clock off. Nunn into the lane. Lobs it down to Holt. In deep, 10 to shoot. Just jacks it up. That's no good. Bobcats have the rebound. And now they can dribble it out. The first double-digit win, first 12-point win of the year for Montana State. And there it is. They're one game shy of 500 with Portland State coming to town on Saturday. Pat McMahon, a career high 20 points today. 4 Bobcats into double figures. And the Bobcats get a hard-fought home victory to go to 3-1 at the Brick in Big Sky play. Montana State 70, Sacramento State 58. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, Mountains and Mines.
Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State winning it today 70-58. The postgame show brought to you by Montana's Ribbon Chop House, the home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. They beat the Sacramento State Hornets today. Hornets fall to 6-15 on the year. They are 2-7 in conference action. Bobcats improved to 9-12. 4-5 in Big Sky play. Brian, a chance to get back to 500 on Saturday against Portland State.
Yeah, big game right there. Did put up a 70 spot on the number 2 defense in the conference, and you'll get a shot at the number 1 defensive team in the conference come Saturday. They gave up a 92 spot to the Grizz, so maybe there's some chinks in that armor when they travel to altitude.
We'll see. We'll talk about that and more. Of course, we'll talk with head coach Matt Logie in just a bit. But first, a timeout. Cats win it 70-58 against the Hornets. Back after this on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at qdoba.com or in the app.
Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. Our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State Basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Bobcats win it 70-58 against the Sac State Hornets. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, and we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have a chance to talk with head coach Matt Logie. Bobcats win it. They're 4-5 in Big Sky play now. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show, Bobcats win it 70-58 against Sacramento State at home. A battle today. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, now joined by head coach Matt Logie. Coach, congrats on the win. New career high for Pat McMahon, so 18 points last Saturday, now 20 points today, and he did it with some highlight reel plays. Had to be fun watching Pat McMahon reach at the rafters a couple of times today.
Yeah, Pat gave us a great burst today. Obviously, he's really settling into his role coming off the bench and finding his rhythm that way. It's been great for our team. We've known for a long time he can be kind of an X factor for this group, and he's done that on many nights recently here.
And he wasn't the only guy. The bench points were 36-5. Jay Mullins came in, gave some great minutes first half, and then B.J. Cawley's minute and a half there where he scores a little 3-0 run to kind of really seal the deal.
Yeah, I thought that was a great little spurt. He was +9 in the first half in his minutes, had a couple fumbles, but was ready to go when we needed him in that situation. Jabe threw a great pass and then secured the rebound, got fouled, and our bench guys were +14, +11, +19, and +20. So it's all hands on deck this time of year, and we need a lot of quickness out there today because of the movement and constant movement, and our kind of pressure in the post requires some speed. But I thought we were able to turn them over with that, and got 15 turnovers and 22 points off of them.
Yeah, the defense felt like it was really good. I think anytime you hold a Division I team to under 30 points in both halves, you've done a good job.
Yeah, no, our defense was the anchor for us tonight. there are a couple different moments where a couple shots go in, or loose ball here, maybe you break it open earlier. But in all honesty, it's probably good for our team to continue to finish out closing games and making smart decisions and making free throws. And so, those are valuable experiences for us too.
All right, well, another big opportunity coming up on Saturday. But, Coach, congrats on the win. 3-1 at home in Big Sky play. Always good to protect the home floor.
Absolutely. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. We're taking a break. We'll have some highlights after the timeout, and we will get you caught up on the rest of the scores around the Big Sky as well. Bobcats win it 70-58 over the Sac State Hornets. Back with more of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946. The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Back with the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Bobcats win it 70-58 against the Sac State Hornets. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. All right, up next, let's take a listen to our First Security Bank highlights of the game. We can hear those right now. Blackalot down to the right baseline, hands it off for Ogbongbolo. He springs open for three and drills it. Max Ogbongbolo from downtown. Here's Mullins. He's wide open. Right wing three. Got it. Is that the shot that gets Jabe Mullins going? Back to Ogbongbolo. Around to the left corner. Mullins open, left corner three. Book it. Ooh, Jabe Mullins letting some emotion out. Seems he's found an extra gear. Patterson reins in a right corner three ball. For Tyler Patterson, that's the 250th three-point make of his career. Zephyr driving a kick. Ogbongbolo from deep. Yes. Max Ogbongbolo puts home a right wing three. Now down to the right baseline. Toss back up to the top. And Brandon Walker drills a topside three. Timeout, Sac State. Brandon Walker with a Wendy's three-pointer from way on back there. He's got a dozen points. And he's three shy of 1,000 in his career. Ogbongbolo up to Walker, tries it again from the top. Yep. Brandon Walker, couple of three balls in the first half, strumming his way back down the floor.
Is that 1,000 right there?
That right there hit him at 1,000 for Brandon Walker, and he does it with a topside three. Out to Jed Miller, who slows it down. Hands off for McMahon, going to the rack, two-hand slam! Pat McMahon! Oh, baby, what a jam! 18 minutes to go in the game. Vaughn's down to the mid-post right side. Knocked free by Zephyr. Loose ball. He stole it. Bryce Zephyr by himself to the rack. Two-hand slam. Bryce Zephyr with a defense and a two-handed jam on the other side. Drive inside. Picked off. Jed Miller with the steal, thrown ahead to Mullins in transition, and he gets to the rack with a left-hand slam. Man, down the baseline on the right side, steps through, hands off to Ogbonkpolo. He rises and connects. A two-hand jam by Max Ogbonkpolo off the dish by Pat McMahon. Miller cuts into the lane, throws back to where he came from, down to Walker. 2 to shoot, steps in, lays it, no. Mullins the offensive rebound, out to McMahon, left corner 3, ring it up. Mullins the O-board, and Pat McMahon makes it count from the left corner. Mullins alley-oop, Cauley makes the catch and floats it home. B.J. Cauley, his first 2 points coming right in off the bench. Those were the First Security Bank highlights of the game. We'll take another break on the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Montana State wins it 70-58 against Sac State. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude